Hey guys, Kristen Zako here. I'm sharing this testimony with you of Danette May because she helped give me my life back. Over the last 15 years, my family and I have been through a lot of trauma and tragedy, and it led me into a dark place. So Danette has these tools that just help you dig within inside yourself and rise above it. So I'm here to share my experience and how I've learned that my mess is my message from her, and how I have been able to regain my life back and just live with my whole heart. And that's why I'm here doing this, because I feel so passionate about it. 15 years ago, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes on my wedding day and nearly died. Found out a year later that my ex-husband had a gambling addiction amongst other addictions, and I nearly lost everything. We got divorced, and that was the end of that. And then my nephew Danny was killed in the Chardon high school shooting. It's devastation, absolute tragedy. I was diagnosed with hyperthyroidism. I had to have radiation done. I don't know if any of you had thyroid issues, but I was a complete mess. I wasn't allowed to get my heart rate up. Very scary. My 16-day-old nephew had his legs broken by his own father, and we are currently dealing with that also. That was completely traumatic. Then I got a phone call, February 9th, 2016. My nephew Nick was killed in a car accident, and it shattered my world. It put me in such a dark place. I became a person that I didn't recognize. I didn't want to be like that. I've always been a very happy, full of life person, and it was all gone. And I became a stranger in my own skin. It was terrible. I just didn't want to be like that anymore. So I prayed. I prayed to God, I prayed to Nick, and my prayers were answered because my angel Danette came across my Facebook feed. And initially I watched her and I just scrolled past her because she was so beautiful and happy, and I was just like, oh, just to have that life again. And then she was back on my feed about 4 hours later, and I listened, and she shared her testimony, and she had lost her son, and I immediately felt like this woman's it. She gets it. She gets the pain. She gets the suffering. And she knew the growth. And so what she developed was from her heart. So her mission has become my mission, because what I'm doing here is coming from my heart. I did her 30-day challenge. That's where I started. Premium coaching, which is excellent. I still go back and listen to her coaching calls. Then I was fortunate enough to join her retreat in Vail, Colorado. Every step from the time we arrived to the time I left, it was healing. The energy of all the women, the sisterhood, the bonds that were created, it was incredible. It was like layers peeling back on an onion. In just a couple days, so many women's lives were changed for the better. And the hike to the top of Vail Mountain was just magical. I felt strong. My strength was back. My heart was pieced back together. Just with what this one woman, my angel, created. Doing this program has taught me how to step out of my comfort zone, which is where your growth comes from within. My husband has noticed significant growth. This lotus he bought me this last Christmas represents Danette and how people can transform and how something so beautiful can grow in the muckiest of muck. I'm here doing this because I feel like so many of you out there are so desperate to take your life back. Or so many of you have had trauma or tragedy in your life. Or maybe you just want to lose some weight, which is fabulous. I encourage you to give it a shot. I encourage you to join our tribe, join her program. We all want to better in some way, whether it be, we want to be loved more, or we want to love somebody more, or learn communication, or feel a sisterhood, not feel any judgment. That was huge for me. And my biggest struggle was being vulnerable. That's why I got so dark and so depressed. I hid it. I didn't want anybody to think I couldn't handle it, because even in my family, I'm the warrior of the family. I'm the strength of the family. I'm the go-to girl. So I had to keep everything pieced together, which is, I'm so grateful for that gift. But at some point you break, and I was broken. But thanks to Danette, she helped me piece my life back together. She has a retreat coming up in October, which I wouldn't miss it for anything. Because I know I have more growth that needs to take place. Danette, girl, you saved my life. You transformed my world. You gave me so much tools to just continue on this growing journey. And I thank you, and I love you for that.